Sodom stood as the most wicked city of the ancient world, a place drowned in corruption, so utterly lost that the Lord God himself descended to wipe it from existence in one devastating hour. Yet the common view misses the heart of why judgment fell. It wasn't solely the act most people point to. The true root ran deeper. Centuries later, the prophet Ezekiel delivered God's plain verdict. Behold, this was the guilt of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had pride, excessive food, and prosperous ease, but did not aid the poor and needy. They were haughty and did detestable things before me. Therefore I removed them when I saw it. Ezekiel 16 verses 49 to 50. Pride, overabundance, idle indifference to suffering. These were the core offenses. What followed in moral decay was the inevitable fruit, not the origin. In Abraham's time, the Jordan plain where Sodom lay appeared lush and inviting, watered on every side like the Garden of Eden, or the fertile fields of Egypt. Genesis 13 verse 10. Rich soil, plentiful crops, and busy trade routes had turned it into a land of plenty. When Abraham let Lot choose first, Lot gazed on that verdant valley and selected it, setting his tents in its direction, not fully entering the city at first, but near enough for its shadow to fall across his life. He imagined he could stay apart. Time proved otherwise. The pull was subtle at the start, a glance, a trade, a friendship, then residence, then roots. The cities of the plain, Sodom, Gomorrah, and their neighbors grew rich and arrogant. Their wealth drew invaders. For 12 years they paid tribute to a coalition of eastern kings. In the 13th year they rebelled, sparking war in the valley of Siddim, a place treacherous with bitumen pits. The defenders stumbled into the tar. The attackers plundered the cities and carried away captives, including Lot, who by then lived inside Sodom's walls. Abraham learned of it and acted swiftly. With 318 trained servants from his household, he pursued through the night, divided his force, struck the enemy, and recovered every person and possession. Returning, he met two kings. First came Melchizedek, king of Salem and priest of God Most High, bringing bread and wine. He blessed Abraham, who gave him a tenth of everything. Then the king of Sodom arrived with a proposal. Keep the goods, return only the people. Abraham refused outright. He would accept nothing, not even a thread or sandal strap, lest the king claim credit for his wealth. Genesis 14 verses 21 to 23. Here stood the fork, one path honoring God, the other clinging to riches. Sodom chose the latter and ignored the mercy shown. Years later, the Lord revealed to Abraham the grievous outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham pleaded earnestly, would God spare the place for 50 righteous? 445? Down to 10? Each time the answer came, yes, for the sake of 10, the cities would stand. Two angels reached Sodom in the evening. Lot, now seated at the city gate as an elder, welcomed them, insisting they lodge with him. As night fell, every man of the city, young and old, from every corner, surrounded the house, demanding the visitors be handed over for abuse. Genesis 19 verses 4 to 5. Lot stepped outside to reason with them, even offering his daughters in a desperate bid to protect his guests. The crowd pressed closer until the angels drew Lot back inside and struck the men blind. Blind yet relentless, they groped on, exhausting themselves at the door, consumed by a lust that no miracle could deter. At first light the angels urged haste. Rise, take your wife and your two daughters who are here, or you will be swept away in the punishment of the city. Lot hesitated. The angels took them by the hand and led them out, commanding, flee for your life. Do not look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the hills, or you will be consumed. Lot asked instead for safety in the nearby town of Zor. The request was granted. As the sun climbed, Lot reached Zor. Then fire and sulfur rained from heaven upon Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord overturned the cities and the whole plain, destroying every living thing and all that grew there. Genesis 19 verses 24 to 25. Abraham rose early and looked toward the valley. Smoke ascended like a vast furnace. Lot's wife, trailing behind, turned her gaze back, her heart still bound to the life she was losing, and she became a pillar of salt. Jesus himself recalled her. Remember Lot's wife, Luke 17 verse 32. A sobering call against holding to what God has condemned. The once lush plain lay desolate, a warning etched in history. Sodom began in beauty and abundance, yet pride blinded it, excess numbed it, and neglect of the needy sealed its fate. The tale stands as a mirror. When comfort hardens the heart and the vulnerable are forgotten, even paradise can turn to ashes. Mercy reaches out, but those who refuse to heed face the fire.